Hey everybody, how's it going? So, let's get straight to it. The review for Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 after 30 hours of gameplay. Don't believe me? Let me quickly show it up because I've seen a few videos where people have done 30 hours and have not actually done 30 hours. So 30.2 hours. Okay, big shout out to AMD for providing me with a copy of the key for the game. Alright, and no other way this review is not altered in any way to praise sponsors or whatever, and no, I'm not being paid. So let's get straight to it. The review. The campaign, which took me about 10 hours to complete on the veteran difficulty, that's one difficulty under the hardest difficulty, was absolutely amazing fun. Like, wow. I'm not a 40k fan, I'm not a fan of the models, the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, I find it cool. I love the, what you call the art style, I love the lore stuff, but I've never got into it. You know, I like video games, don't really like doing real life stuff. Doesn't matter. What matters is the story was freaking fantastic. Like, I've played a lot of games in the last year. This has to be one of the best storylines I have played. It was so immersive, so action-packed, from start to finish, and it just progressively got better and better and better. There was no downtime, apart from when I kept freaking dying over and over and over and over again, to the point I was literally like, oh, I'm gonna quit smoking, and then I was like, no, not anymore. So, yes, the game is solid. Really good fun on the campaign side. Like I said, it took me about 10 hours to do. I did it solo. You can do it in a group of 3 players. If you're going to do it on the hardest difficulty, I'd probably recommend doing it that way. I tried doing it on the hardest difficulty in the tutorial. The tutorial took me an hour. You can see that in my 10-hour gameplay playthrough live here on YouTube. You can go through and check it out if you want. With that, after the 10 hours, I basically fell in love with the game itself. Like, the action combat to it is so amazingly well done. It's not sluggish like Gears of War. It's not fast-paced like other third-person games. It's balanced so well. The combat is like a fluid melee / range combat depending on your playstyle, but on the main campaign it is a balance of melee meets ranged. With that, you've also got the multiplayer. So let's go over multiplayer. Multiplayer basically consists of this terminal. So when you get here, you'll basically unlock these operations as you complete the main campaign. Once you've completed the main campaign, you'll move over to the operations section. You can do these during the campaign if you want. Basically, how it works is these are the B team. You're the A team in the campaign. This is the B team. And the B team basically go through and do the objectives on the side as you're progressing through on the A team. Now, the whole purpose of this is you basically complete the operation 1 to 6 on 4 different difficulties. You've got minimal, average, substantial, and ruthless. Now, I've just finished minimal on all of them. It took me quite a while, especially with the Requillery mission, because it is so damn hard. And when you're playing with pickup groups, it can be an absolute nightmare. It is equal to a raid dungeon in, I'd say, Wrath of Lich King. Like, you have to think, you have to do some stuff. Not only that, you've got a crap ton of enemies coming at you, and if you have a bunch of, like, newish players that have no idea what they're doing, and they try and kill everything, you're gonna die, and you're gonna die bad. In that mission alone, it took me a few tries to learn the mechanics, to get through the mechanics, to understand the mechanics. But once I did, I blitzed it. On that note, you basically, you play, you earn XP, you level up and you get items, which I'll go over real quick. Okay, so as you level up in multiplayer, you'll get this terminal here. You'll see this in the campaign as well. You'll have to pick one of the classes of the game. There's 6 classes in total: Tactical Assault, Vanguard, Bulwark, Sniper, and Heavy. I'm a Bulwark, the tank character. With this, you basically get guns. You've got 2 weapons, which you can level up and master as you go through the ranks. After you master them, you give them Mastery XP. With that, they also have perk trees, and as you can see here, I'm trying to, at this point, unlock the next part of my skill tree. You get, as you level them up as well, you'll get appearance skins, which are pretty nice. Also, you have your melee weapon to level up, and other classes will have a main weapon to level up as well. As you level up, you get new skins, yada yada yada. You'll have different choices of what you want to use. I'm not going to go through each and every single bloody thing of the weapons because it would take me forever. The other thing that you get as well is your perk tree. As you level up, you'll get perks, okay? And then you'll get the next row, and then the next row. And what I think is, I think you can select them. I haven't got that far yet, but you can see it goes all the way up to level 25. Right now I'm at like level 8 or yeah, level 9 on that. So, but each class also comes with a trial system that can get you currency and rewards. If you ace gold them, you'll get pretty decent rewards. Now, as you go through the different classes, you'll be able to, you know, find the one that's suitable to your gameplay. And then I would highly recommend you stick to that until you get to the end. The reason I say that is, as you progress a character, you level up the weapons that increase the damage of the weapons. For example, the base sword there, as you can see, it starts off at like 5. And then my sword right now, I'm using a block weapon base sword, which gives me more damage, things like that, and better block. Obviously going all the way up to the relics, which you can see here. Each one has their own stats and potential buffs, things like that. Then you have the armor side of it. The armor side of it is full-on customization. No, this does not carry over to PvP. That's a whole different thing, and we'll get onto that in a minute. So, as you level up and complete missions in like a progressive order, for example, if you complete, I think it's 29 missions, or yeah, so like in like that one there, 40 missions, you get that armor, right? That's 40 of the 6 missions on repeat constantly. There's no random based missions. You've got quick match, but it doesn't really give you, it just gives you a better XP and some other items. But yeah, you level up, you get cosmetics. You also get the color skins, all the DLC color skins, things like that. Nothing amazing. Over here, you've got the, what you call Asteri's Herald. You don't fucking know what it's called. But over here, you can see here, you have like each, like say like the Blood Angels. You want the Blood Angels, you want that logo, you spend money, you buy it. But be careful, this money is also used for upgrading stuff and customizing your armor and things like that. So you want to pick carefully, because that stuff there is earned only by completing and competing in matches. Alright, so that concludes basic multiplayer. Let's go on to PvP. Okay, so we get back to the terminal here, which is literally going to be your best friend in the entire game, because that's where you select everything. You'll go over to the Eternal War. Now, in Eternal War, if you quickly exit, it will switch you modes, right? And this allows you to go back to the terminal and select your class. Like I said before, your experience and everything does not carry over to PvP. This is all a whole different ballgame. So as you come here, for example, you see in the Bulwark, your customization options that you unlocked in PvE do carry over. Like, for example, skins, things like that. But the experience of the weapons do not carry over. You'll have Chaos, and you'll have the other guys like the Space Marines to unlock. But like I said, certain things don't carry across, other things do. Like, for example, I just unlocked that shield. It's now on my PvP skill. With that, PvP also has a different set of stuff as well. You have veterancy levels instead of like experience levels. So as you level up in here, you can also unlock stuff like in your main equipment. Right, so that is basically PvP. I'm not going to go into how PvP played. It's literally capture the flag, tactical things, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's PvP. You enjoy it, you don't enjoy it, whatever. I'm a PvE player. I like to do the PvE stuff. That's my ball game. Take it or leave it, whatever. So basically, in a nutshell, what is the co-op like? How does it play? I'm going to put some gameplay through as I'm talking about this next part. So let's basically give it the campaign. Like I said, fantastic. The co-op and the multiplayer side of it, PvE, is really good, but very limited. Just gets very repetitive quickly when you're completing the same mission over and over and over again. Hopefully they add a lot more or a random based one soon. The PvP is entertaining if you like that type of thing. I can't really get into it. I did try it a few times live on stream, but it's not really for me. Each to their own, you know, everybody likes their own type of thing. But anyway, that concludes my review of Space Marine 2. I highly recommend it. I believe it's a very, very fun game, even if you just play it for the campaign. It's worth every dime. Apart from, I would say, the season pass stuff is just cosmetics. So if you're wanting to waste money on just cosmetics, go ahead and pick up the season pass and maybe deluxe edition, but I don't see any other point than that. It literally is just cosmetic items, and most of those items can be earned in game anyway. So yeah, take it, leave it, don't, whatever, but I highly recommend that you go pick it up. I'm Dare, thanks for watching. Don't forget that like and subscribe button if you want to hear more reviews from me, or even just watch some live streams live here on YouTube most days. So don't forget that little bell notification to know when I'm live. Thanks for watching. Take care.